So couldn't do it. He's shown himself tactically out of depth. So once again, FSG have basically pushed themselves into a no-lose situation, knowing that whoever Edwards and Hughes choose as the next manager absolutely reinvigorates the fan base. Imagine Anfield on day one under the new man, all these players dying hard to prove their caliber, their worth after being written off over after a season. Slot's taking the evils and the world on his shoulder, mainly because he has shown himself to be inept. When push comes to shove, he has not been able to stand up. Defending reigning Premier League champions who have retained 80% or more of their first choice starting lineup. We had Robertson, Alisson, Van Dijk, Konate. People were wanting Conor Bradley to get more playing time, and he got it, even though he's injury prone. Szoboszlai, McAllister, Gravenberch, Isak and Ekitike, for everyone's point of view, as a striker, as much as I'm hesitant to say it, is an upgrade on Diogo Jota and Darwin Núñez and Lucho Diaz as a number 9. On the wing play, we had a record-breaking Mo Salah, who's got a new contract, who Slot inexplicably threw under the bus, and he did, by rebuilding a system that didn't suit Salah when you've renewed him, and he was the game-winning condition and the Premier League winning condition last season. When he showed he could do it. And yet Salah's legs have dropped off. He has been a shadow of his former self. He can't beat the man 9.9 out of 10. But I'm going to say 9.9 out of 9.9 because actually he just cannot beat a man. He cannot get in a position to trail a pass to make assists because he's been alienated by the system, played in with his lack of motivation, his desire to get back into form, and hunger and selfishness coming to the fore. He flopped, he's dropped, but he's old and it's acceptable, it's natural. On the left-hand side, it wasn't the fact that we chose Gakpo over Luis Diaz. Some worlds, it makes sense. He's younger, he did good things, but he was always a backup player, Gakpo. But when you promote him to the left wing starting position, you need to replace the pace, the energy of Lucho Diaz, and that is where Hughes, Slot, not Edwards, Hughes and Slot failed because they are in charge of transfer recruitment, and therefore they did not replace Lucho Diaz and did not give Rayo Ngamoha, who could do things that Lucho Diaz did on the offensive front, not in the pressing and off the ball front. They did not play him. They did not plan appropriately because in their mind, and I'm going to tell you from a tactician's point of view, Lucha FC player manager, J-League, non-league, they believed that Wirtz, who drifts off to the left, and Ekitike, who drifts off to the left, and Cody Gakpo and Rio Ngamoha were sufficient for the left wing role, and they've been proven wrong because when Isak is injured and not fit, he cannot hold the 9 position, which means Ekitike by default is the 9. Wirtz, who needs to get to grip with the Premier League, which is acceptable no matter how much he costs, cannot be the Premier left winger because he lacks the pace, and you need Kirkers constantly overlapping as well. The system was confused, their belief was misguided, but it's not because of lack of planning or nonsense like that. It just hasn't worked, which is a reality that can be a reality in any given season because things don't always work out the way you planned. With the right backs we had constantly injured, Bradley and Frimpong, no consistency. And you may think that injuries and Diogo Jota's death play a part in allowing Slot the leeway. But unfortunately, the world waits for nobody. Everybody deals with grief, sadness, tears in a different way, right? Kelleher gives Liverpool an absolute break, saying that the season's not important. However, it is important because life goes on. We have a beautiful memorial for Diogo Jota. Do not pin Liverpool's downfall over his tragedy. That's unbecoming. Sure, it may affect the players, it may affect the manager, it may affect the fans, but this is 38 games. This is one whole year of mediocrity and no improvement, so don't sully his name by pinning anything on him. Start of the season, understandable. Time may not heal. It may heal. You may live. You may learn. Appreciate what we had in him. But don't use him as an excuse